Alright guys, it's Monday, it's a new week, it's hot. I just got out of the loony bin, and yeah, it's a good story. Now, as you guys know, I have a history of depression, anxiety, now I found out codependency, and self-harm. I've talked about that in other videos, but yeah, I never up until now I've never landed myself into a mental hospital. I've kind of always tried to push through it, tough it out, and yeah, so far apparently that doesn't work. So what happened, you guys know that I've had this really long, stressful breakup with Jennifer, dealing with financial insecurity, trying to stay sober, not happy with my living situation where there's alcohol everywhere, and I'm with two people who continually drink all day. So I think everything just just came to a head last Monday, and I just snapped. And at one point I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna be homeless and just forget everybody. I'm not gonna deal with anything. And then I thought, you know what, what's the point? Like, what's the use? Why even bother living, right? And I was walking down the street and I thought, why don't I just jump out in front of this car, right? That'll do it. I mean, if I get hit hard enough, right, I'll probably die. But then I couldn't go through with it. Obviously, I'm still here. So I thought, you know what, I need help. Like, I obviously need help. And I thought about calling, suicide prevention. But then I remembered that they're going to send the police. The police are going to arrest me, and that's probably not going to end up good for me. So I found a couple of friends. They took me into the hospital. I checked myself in. I got evaluated in the ER, and then they decided to 5150 me for a 72-hour hold, and then transferred me to a mental hospital in a town just I don't know, 5 miles away. And it was there in that mental hospital that I got a chance to really reflect, get some treatment. All right, they got me on this antidepressant called Effexor. And I got to talk to a social worker. I got to talk to a psychiatrist while I was in there, and I had a lot of time on my own, just to to reflect, and mostly because there's no one to talk to in there. Most of the other patients were either sleeping all day. The ones that were awake were usually talking to themselves. So I had no one to talk to. They would let me use a phone. I didn't have my phone. I did get one book while I was in there. This is it, The Way of the Superior Man. An excellent book. I read it twice while I was in there. I'm going to do a review of that at some point, because that book helped me out a lot while I was in there. Just helped me realize, what I need to do. Helped me realize things that were going on with Jennifer and the way she was acting. Totally normal. And I found out all this stuff probably too late, because she wants nothing to do with me, and I don't blame her. So anyway, like I said, I got the treatment while I was in there. I had a lot of time to reflect, and why am I sharing this with you guys? Well, hopefully this video might help somebody, because the whole time I was going through this process, from the ER, from my friends to the ER, to the counselors at the mental health hospital, to the psychiatrist. Everybody was telling me, what you're doing, reaching out for help, is very brave. It's very strong. I felt like at the time they were just saying that to try to make me feel better, because I felt like an absolute loser. I can't even control myself, right? But the more I thought about it, the more I saw the people who were in there, right, who really had some like serious mental issues, right, mental illness. I thought about it, and yeah, it is. It's difficult to ask for help. You know, there is this whole stigma about mental illness in this country. Really, I think probably in every country, but especially here. You know, people are kind of looked down on when they talk about their issues and the problems they're having. You know, why don't you just suck it up? You know, be tough. You know, just like work through it. Right? That's how I thought. And you know, being around people who has like some severe problems, like really bad. I realize my problems aren't that bad, right? You know, they're still my problems, but they're not as bad as they could be. And two, people who are dealing with this stuff, depression or anxiety or any kind of mental illness, uh, most of the time don't ask for help. They wait till it's too late, and they get committed by either, you know, family or friends or the authorities, whatever. And I'm here to tell you, I am living proof that that's not a good option. Um, it's not. So hopefully, somebody who's watching this, who's kind of going through it now, and I've done a lot of this whole series on depression and mental illness. Hopefully that if you're going through something right now, and if you can see this and realize that it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to go, even if you have to, just go to your local hospital and just voluntarily commit yourself, because the alternative, it's going to lead to more suffering. You might wind up hurting yourself or somebody else, or who knows. Like I said, I've had a history of that, of self-harm, and where I've hit myself, and I've talked about this in other videos. But yeah, you need if you need it, you need the help. Definitely ask for it. I'm lucky enough now that I have health insurance, so it covered all that, and I know that's an issue for a lot of people. But you as a person, your life and your health and your well-being is far more valuable than any amount of money that could be charged to you by a hospital or any kind of institution. So yeah, if you need the help, definitely ask for it. So yeah, that's been my experience the last couple of days. I was in there for 4 days. I was in there on a 72-hour hold, and I opted to stay an extra day just to make sure everything was all right. Give myself a little time to get used to the medication. The medication seems to be working. It's again, it's called Effexor. It's supposed to help with focus and concentration as well. It has helped me with that. I'm not as emotionally up and down as I was the last probably last month, and I am more focused. The only side effects I'm seeing so far is I have the dry mouth, which is not as bad as it was when I first started taking it. I've been taking it for roughly a week right now, and then it's really hard for me to get to sleep. So I'm amped like most of the day because of this drug. So when it comes time to get to sleep, I'm still kind of I'm still kind of amped, and it's hard for me to get to sleep. And I'm not getting that much sleep, but I don't really mind it because, again, once I take this pill in the morning, I'm like, geeked for the whole day. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I've got a doctor's appointment Wednesday, so I'll talk to him about that, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a lower dose or maybe something else. I don't know, but so far the medication's okay. The things I learned out of that book have helped me out a lot as well. Again, it's a great book. I think every man should read it. So yeah, here I am, fresh out of the mental hospital, newly single, heavy heart, like I said, things between Jennifer and I were deteriorating for a while, and I think she finally realized that it wasn't good for her. And like I said, I don't blame her. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll see each other or talk. I don't know. But yeah, it hurts. It really does. And in the book, there's a quote where he says it's better for a man to live with a hurting heart rather than a closed one. And yeah, I don't want to close myself off. I don't want to start to isolate and have this whole thing happen again. So, like I said, it hurts, but hopefully I will get over it, and things will get better. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with a more positive, upbeat topic. But as for now, you know the drill. Like and share the video. Subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.